everyone. Welcome to our home sweet home. I'm glorynezemma.
I'm Augustina, Anyanwu.
Today we're going to address the men and women of God in our country. Our country is such a great country when it comes to worshiping the Lord. Even the praises that Nigerians give to the Lord can bring angels down in our country. But we need to practice what we preach, and so that we won't tarnish the image of God and the image of our religious denominations. So, my brothers and sisters in our country, this is a great time where we need to seek the face of God, especially with the upcoming election. We're praying, and we know that God will answer our prayers. But let's think deep and see the things that we're doing to make sure that it's in line with what our doctrine teaches us. So my sister, you've heard a lot about what is going on in the church. We heard about the wealth that is coming outside, inside to the church, instead of the wealth going out. So what I mean by that, just to clarify a little bit, is the church is a place that people run, more like an asylum place, to find comfort. So it's not a place for them to be exploited. They are the ones that really need help. So the wealth is supposed to flow from the church to the people that need it, the widows, the orphans. So sometimes we hear and see the opposite in some of the churches in our country. So I will allow my friend to address it a little bit. She's a woman of God. Go ahead. My friend.
Of God too. Children of God, the church people, this one is directly for you. We are pleading that you help your members, help the widows, help the fatherless, help young men and women that finish school and they have no job. They're walking from one place to the other, where even the security guard will ask them to give something. They put their CV or resume, nobody calls them back. But as my friend has stated, that church is a place we look at as an asylum. We are now asking members of the church, we are asking the pastors, leaders, children of God, please, those at the top in the church, help. Come to their aid. What can you do? When you have your meetings, whatever you do, please, we don't know who our neighbors are. Each and every one of us, that's an assignment. Who is your neighbor? The members, people coming to church, how did they get there? They walk. How many miles to get there? How many vehicles you have? Think about it. What can you do to help? Even one person, even one member of your church, even if they don't come back to say thank you when things get better, they might somewhere along the way help one person. Please, we need the church to come in with them, with the government, with individuals, with their neighbors. I think Nigeria will get better. This is a new year. This will be a new project for the churches, especially around every state in Nigeria. Think about it. Think about what can you do to include the poor in our community so they can be able to feed their own families. My sister.
Thank you, my dear friend. Because actually, when you look at it, inside the church, I think many of us are supposed to establish what is called a benevolent fund, which is a fund that the rich can put money in the church, or if they can give even higher offering, they give offering in the church. So the offering that they are given will go into that benevolent fund, which is a fund that the church can use to help the less privileged in the church. Not the money to come even from the less privileged into the church. It's supposed to come from the wealthy, the big men, the rich men in Nigeria and other African countries Because actually, though we're from Nigeria, because it's just charity begins at home, that's why when we address some of these issues, we mention our country.
Yes.
But these are some of the problems that are going on around in almost all African countries. So what we could do, this benevolent fund, whenever someone is in need, maybe they lost their house, or because of these wars and other things that are happening in our country, the church should dip their hands into that benevolent fund and be able to help these widows, help the less privileged among us. And then when things get better in their lives, they will come back and thank the church, instead of just taking the little that they have in their pockets and making them even poorer. That's what we wanted to plead with the pastors and everyone. Please, let us practice what we preach, because the Bible teaches us that we have to take care of the poor and the widow among us, not to exploit them. It's very important. At this time, when we're asking the politicians to change, it's also good for the pastors and men and women of God to also change. Because the change that we're looking for in our country is everyone's responsibility.
Oh yes. Oh yes, we all have to come together.
That's true.
As to make it work.
Yes.
And while we are still using this forum to preach, to beg, to ask the people over here, we are doing it across the borders to see what we can do so that Nigeria will be a better place for everybody.
That's true. So thank you once again for watching us, and we appreciate your comments. We'll keep on going and addressing other topics as we go along, and we strongly believe that our country will be a great nation. So we're very optimistic. Do not lose hope. It's a matter of time, because actually many countries that many of us have gone to, there was a time in their lives that they were as poor as, not poor, what I mean, they had so much struggles, just like we're having in our countries today. So little by little they were able to, you know, overcome the problem. And it became, actually, an example that I can give is India. There was a time that India had so much problem, just like we're having in some of our African countries now. But little by little, the people that lived abroad came together and they were able to rebuild their country. And now it's such a beautiful country that even some of us from African countries travel there for medical, you know, checkups and other things. So, like I said, I'm very optimistic that our country will also be better. So keep on watching us as we give little insights on things that we have to change to make our country better.
Can you tell them how they can reach you? Because you always say for comment.
Okay.
How can they reach you?
Thank you so much, my friend, for remembering that one. I almost forgot. All right, to reach us, you can email us at glorynezemma@yahoo.com or anyanwutina@aol.com. But watch us on YouTube, and we're looking forward to you watching us next time with other episodes that we're going to do. Thank you.
And before then, we say thank you and God bless you as you bless your next door neighbor.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.